Hey, check this out. Do y'all remember when this happened?
600. And more on the breaking news now. A federal judge just ordered Virginia to reinstate the more than 1,600 voters taken off the state's voter rolls after being identified as non-citizens.
Screw the law. Screw the Constitution. Heck, y'all might as well just come out and just blatantly tell us y'all want the election stolen. Well, guess what happened after that? How are you guys doing? Welcome to the channel Model Renaissance, man. I am Ty Smith. I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to view my content. Make sure that if you are following me, that you are following me on all the platforms you see above and the ones below. Also, clicking this like button right here is how my content can consistently be recommended to you, okay? And last but not least, double check and make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, hitting that bell notification. That way you will be notified when I post a video. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have to bring you guys this awesome update on what you guys just kind of heard in the beginning. You remember I was going like plumb crazy on this. Like this was like unheard of. This is like making me so upset when this happened. I was like, how is this even lawful? How can this even be talked about when it came to this judge saying that these non-citizens can vote? So here's Governor Youngkin's reaction to that when they first told him, when this federal judge first ruled that these non-citizens have to be put back on.
Ruling by a federal judge who is ordering Virginia to reinstate individuals who have self-identified
for an emergency injunction. We have Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin by phone for his very first reaction. And let's get that. First of all, welcome to the Faulkner Focus and your reaction, Governor.
Yeah, Harris, this is a stunning ruling by a federal judge who is ordering Virginia to reinstate individuals who have self-identified as non-citizens back on the voter rolls. And what's even more astounding is the vast majority of these folks had presented immigration documents confirming that they were non-citizens, and we recently had that verified by federal authorities. So here we are with a judge saying, put people back on the voter rolls who you know are non-citizens. And this is under a law in Virginia that's been in effect since 2006. It has been applied by Republican and Democrat governors alike into this 90-day period. And here we are 11 days before a presidential election, and a federal judge is ordering them back on the voter rolls. It's astounding to me that this could possibly happen. I mean, listen, common sense says non-citizens aren't on the voter rolls, but the Constitution and the law say it as well.
Had you any idea that this decision would be made so quickly by the highest court in the land?
Well, as you can imagine, I'm incredibly pleased with the decision today, and the Supreme Court reacted quickly. I want to thank our Attorney General, Jason Miyares, and his team's amazing work. And this is a victory for common sense, and it's a victory for the Constitution. And I also believe it's real clarity that, in fact, someone who self-identifies as a non-citizen should in Virginia be treated by the law, which says you get 2 weeks, you'll be notified, and if you can attest that you are a citizen, then you'll be allowed to vote, and if you can't, then you're taken off the rolls. And we do have the ultimate safeguard, which is you can come day of, and you can register same day and cast a provisional ballot. And therefore, no one is being precluded from voting who is a citizen in the United States and in the Commonwealth of Virginia.
Right. So what I was saying is that my reaction to that, I was like, what do you do? Like, this shouldn't even have to go to Supreme Court. You just don't have to. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it just blew my mind. It's like if I saw somebody doing something heinous to a child, whatever your imagination want to go with that. If I go and stop that person and put them in handcuffs, you guys will be like, that's what you should have did, Ty, because he was doing something heinous to a child, something unimaginable, something unthinkable. Or I could have just sat back and not did anything and say, well, probably shouldn't do that. That's the world we're living in right now, where judges like the federal judge that ruled that they can be put back on is completely just says, screw the Constitution. So I'm saying it shouldn't even have been a question. It shouldn't even have been a thing. It should have been, Judge, screw you. We're steady going on with this. It shouldn't have to have reached the Supreme Court. It had to go to the Supreme Court, where they ruled a 6-3 on that.
Hey, we got some breaking news. U.S. Supreme Court a moment ago now just ruling that Virginia will be allowed to resume its purge of voter registrations. Remember, the governor said that there were some 1,600 who were admitted non-citizens. David Spunce live with that in D.C. What's the word, David? Hello.
Well, this is significant, and this is a controversial issue in Virginia. And while it's dealing with only 1,600 voters or so, it's something that could have national implications as we are now less than a week away. So Governor Glenn Youngkin signed an executive order back in August. The Department of Justice sued Youngkin, saying that he can't toy with executive orders and taking people off voter rolls within 90 days of an election. It violates federal law. Governor Youngkin says that some 1,600 people did not present their citizenship status. They are non-citizens of the United States, and they should not be able to vote. The Justice Department said some of them did not properly fill out a DMV form. They skipped over a box, or some became citizens later, resulting in actual U.S. citizens being removed from the rolls in error. So the Supreme Court ruling on that today.
Well, I think it's the only result that really makes sense. What Virginia was trying to do was take people off the ballot who are not voters because they're not Americans, and that's by their own admission. And this idea that this could prevent or mistakenly result in American citizens from Virginia not being able to vote is bogus, because under Virginia law, let's say they've taken you off the ballot mistakenly. Under Virginia law, if you show up to vote on Election Day and you attest that you are an American citizen, they have to let you vote. So there wasn't a chance that an actual American citizen was going to be prevented from voting here. On the other hand, it is a federal crime for aliens both to represent themselves as American citizens in order to register to vote, and it's a federal crime for them to cast votes. So Virginia's law promotes election integrity in Virginia. It supports federal law, and it doesn't result in Americans being proscribed from voting.
So, like I said, folks, before you guys all saw that, it shouldn't have gotten that far to me. This should have just been a thing, like the Youngkin said, common sense. Common sense. So I guess the federal judge doesn't have common sense. Who is this federal judge anyway? Is this person even for America? Does this federal judge even know the Constitution? Because it doesn't appear to me like they do. He or she, whoever it may be, seem like they do not know the Constitution enough to actually let this try to go through that federal judge. Shame on him for that, or her. Anyway, let me know what you guys all think by putting it in the comments below after this video. Don't forget to do what you guys all see in that cloud right there. If you would, please just keep watching it right there. Do it, do it, do it. Also, folks, get into your cell phones. If there's one person in your cell phone that you know would benefit from watching this channel, encourage them to subscribe to the channel. The next video that I will be doing in chronological order, most likely, will be up here. Things that I do as a variety on the channel will be down here. I am Ty Smith, Model Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I pray every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.